So hello everyone, welcome to the final session of our bootcamp on HTML and CSS. So in the last 2 days, you have learned about HTML and CSS. So actually covering those topics in less than 1 hour is a really big task for us. So we tried our level best HTML and CSS. So in the final session, what is our aim is to build some real life applications, real life websites, like how we can use HTML and CSS to build some really beautiful websites. So in this session, let's see some of those sites which we can build with HTML and CSS. So don't worry, guys. If you don't know about HTML or CSS, don't worry. I will give you a brief summary of the last two classes in 5 minutes. So and also I will explain each and everything that I do today. So if you have any queries, feel free to ask. So okay. So my tip, I just want to give you some tips on learning HTML and CSS, like how I learned HTML and CSS very quick. So remember, guys. So first of all, learn HTML. So HTML is the basic part. So learn HTML completely. Completely in the sense, whatever tags you learn them completely. If you learn about image tag, link tag, heading tags, learn those only, not an issue, but learn them clearly, like how to use them, how to customize them. Learn completely about those tags. So don't forget to learn HTML. And coming to CSS, so CSS is somewhat tricky, guys. You never try to understand it, just feel it, because CSS is completely visually dependent. It doesn't we can't show like HTML. Keep an anchor tag, it will give an underline to the text, not like that. So CSS completely depends upon you. How you use CSS, it will correspondingly replicate like that. So HTML is same for all. For example, take an example, you write an HTML website. I also write an HTML website. Our both websites will be look exactly same. But if we want to differentiate these two websites, one should must use the CSS concepts. So that's why CSS is very important. CSS is not a time pass concept. CSS is must and should learn concept with HTML. So with alone HTML you can't do anything. You must need to learn CSS. And the tricky part with CSS is CSS is a very large concept. Like we can't clear like CSS entire concept in less than 1 hour. Even we give it 24 hours, we can't completely cover CSS. That's what CSS is. CSS is an infinite ocean where you can dive so much. Even if you go so far, still there is no end to the ocean. So that's why don't try to understand the CSS, just feel it, how it works. That's it. And another suggestion that I want to give CSS is generally we follow this technique whenever we are learning anything. We first of all learn it and implement it. Just take an example of an Python program or anything. So what we do is our lecturer will tell a program. We will first of all understand it and try to implement that after learning the program. So that's the technique, right? We use. But in CSS, don't apply the technique. Learn through implementing. This is a technique that is need to be applied with CSS. You can get started with zero CSS, like you don't have you have zero knowledge about CSS, but don't worry, start doing some CSS projects. That's how we can learn CSS very quickly. If you think like after completely learning CSS we will start doing websites, that's the biggest blunder of your life. Don't do that. So simply start from the right word go. If you don't know anything, no problem, just start it. Your best friend will be Google for CSS. No one can tell you like if for example, take an example, you want to build a customized button. You can't one cannot explain you need to get your own ideas using CSS. That's what importance of CSS is. So that's why give more importance to CSS concepts. So that's what the presentation is about. So there is no presentation today, so I will just start the live coding. Guys, are you excited? If you are excited, please show in the comment box so that I will start live coding. Don't worry, guys. If you don't know any CSS or any tricky part, don't worry. I will show you right from the word go again. Yeah. Still we need more support. Come on, keep some emojis. Yep, great. So let's get started. So guys, please confirm me, is the screen visible to you?
Visible.
Visible.
Okay. So yesterday, Vasant told you about CSS, right? So today what I will do is, yesterday Vasant told you with external CSS, right? So today I will show you both internal CSS as well as external CSS. Okay. So if you are a mobile user, give priority to internal CSS. If you are using any laptop or computer, you can give priority to external CSS. That depends upon you. If you are using computer, you can also either use or internal or external. It ultimately depends upon your interest. Okay, so let me open my VS Code. So as usual, guys, first of all, I will create a folder in my desktop. Call it as project. Just a minute. Okay. Now what I will do is open this project in VS Code. Okay. So open folder. Here it is. Okay. Desktop project select folder. Okay. So what I will do is I will simply create first an HTML file. So index.html. Okay. So if you are using VS Code, there is a nifty trick. Just press exclamation mark and simply press enter. So VS Code will automatically fill the entire boilerplate code for you. So I guess I already cleared you this in the previous classes, so I won't go much into this. So simply I will first of all test this. So in the body tag, I will write hello world. Okay. So now what I will do is I will simply open this in a browser. Yeah. Okay. Looks fine. Okay. So now let's start. So now what I will do is I will change the code on the left side. You can see the corresponding change in the right side. So if you have any queries, ask immediately, guys. Don't keep it in mind. You are the one who will lose if you do that technique. So okay. So first of all, what I will do is I will show you a little tricks like uh, as Vasant already told you yesterday. There are three types of CSS, right, for us. So the first one is inline, and the second one we have internal, and also we have external. Simply inline is nothing but keep it inline, which means we include the CSS in line with the tag, which means we write the styles, all the styles inside the tag. That is what inline is. So internal CSS, which means we write the entire CSS code inside the HTML file only. We don't take it outside anything, but we keep all the CSS code one place, but we will give some place in the HTML file only. That's what internal works. External CSS is the way the name indicates, external CSS. We will separate the CSS with HTML. So we will do those two things separately, and we will integrate that. So yesterday Vasant told you external. So today I will show you both internal as well as external. Simply a small change. Okay. So as I told you in my HTML class, head tag is used to integrate CSS JavaScript files. So what I will do is simply I will write what is meant by CSS. Please in the chat box, full form, abbreviation of CSS. Quick, we don't have so much time. Exactly. So cascading style sheets. So whenever you start with CSS, remember the word style. So style is the ultimate keyword for you to include CSS styles. So what I will do is I wrote a style tag in the head section. Remember guys, I wrote inside the head section. Also the closing tag is also in the head section. So now what I will do is I will simply write a button. Okay, a button, submit. Okay, so now let's refresh. So as you can see, the submit button replicated on the right side. So now, if I want to apply some styles to any HTML tag, we can do it in more than two ways. Okay, so mainly we can. What I want to do is I need to change the style of this button. So how can I change the style of this button? By integrating it with the CSS part. So remember guys, whenever you want to integrate some styles to a particular HTML tag, you need to include some special attributes. As I told you in my HTML class, there are some attributes called ID as well as class. So what these two things means? ID. ID is the thing which means ID is simply ID. For example, your registration number. Assume there are 60 members in your class. Each of you have unique registration ID, right? So to differentiate from one another. So similarly, in this entire HTML file, we can use more than 100, more than 1,000 tags. But whatever we want to is, we want to differentiate each and every tag. So to differentiate each and every tag, just simply take an example. I have two buttons, submit one as well as submit two as well. So to differentiate this button with this button, I need to have some unique ID. So that's why I can keep it like a button ID equal to 1. This button ID equal to 2, like that. So there is no visual change. The change will be in the background. Whenever we want to include with it CSS or JavaScript, this ID will play a key role. So similar. So I kept an ID. So I hope makes sense. Button 1 has an ID of 1. Button 2 has an ID of 2. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to apply some colors to the submit 1 button. Okay. So I want to change the styles of this button. So now what I will do is inside style tag, I need to get that particular element. So what is the idea? How can I get this submit 1 button? Like it has any name? If it has any name, write in the comment box. So I'm seeing your comment box. Don't look at like that. So speed. How can I get the name of submit 1? What is the name of submit 1 button? Exactly. ID equals to 1. Come on guys, please interact everyone. So if you interact with me, I can easily go in the flow. So very good. So ID 1, right? So what I will need to do is whenever I want to apply any styles to that particular button, this is an ID, right? So I need to use the hash symbol. So hash 1. Maybe through an issue, I will write B1, B2. I change the ID, just an alphanumeric number. So this will be hash B1. So if I want to apply styles to this hash B1 button, I need to keep it as hash B1. So now what I will do is simply write as background color equals to orange. So guys, please wait a minute. Okay, so now what I will do is I simply kept a background color of orange. Now let's see what will happen. So as you can see on the screen, only what changed? Only the button 1 has changed to orange color. Let me zoom it. Okay, as you can see, whenever I applied any style to hash B1, only the button 1 has changed. If I want to apply style to the button 2 as well, what is the ID of button 2? It is B2, right? So I simply need to keep comma hash B2 as well. So now see what will happen whenever I save it. So as you can see, now the styles are applied to the both button tags as well. So now I just simply write it hash B1 for this sake. So that's it. Whenever I change this, this will happen. So this is how the internal CSS works. So I will show you in the latter part how we can convert internal CSS into external CSS. So now there is another attribute called class. So this is ID. So what is meant by ID is it is unique to each and every element. So two different tags cannot have same ID number. But what is class? So class is nothing but it is a combination of it is used to apply same styles to more than one tag. So take an example. If you want to apply same styles to this button as well as this button, we can simply use, instead of ID, I can use class. What I can do is I simply use it as class. So instead of having different numbers, I can have same class for both buttons as well. Now to apply styles to a class, I need to use dot symbol. So okay, don't forget this. To apply styles to an ID, we need to use hash. To apply styles to class, we need to use dot. Okay, so please keep that in mind. So I simply wrote dot B1. Now see what will happen. So as you can see, both buttons have same class name B1. So I applied class names to B1, so that way both buttons has been changed to orange color. So this is the main difference between ID and class. So now you can have a doubt, what we need to use, like should I need to use ID or should I need to use class? It depends upon you guys. If you want to use ID, make sure you use JavaScript. So if you are dealing with JavaScript, you mostly use IDs, but in the CSS part, mostly we use classes. So in this session, I will continue with classes only. So okay, so now what I will do is I'll simply replicate some of these classes. Okay, so this is the plain HTML, right? So remember guys, in a HTML document, the entire page is called body, right? So as the entire HTML is residing in the body tag, so this entire page is called body. So if you want to apply in style to entire page, we can simply use it like in the style. I can simply write body background color equals to orange. So whatever I write inside the body, it will be applied to the entire page. So this is a body. So it's simple guys, entire HTML code will be placed inside the body tag, right? So if we apply any styles to body tag, it will replicate to the entire website. So remember, as body is an HTML tag, we don't need to keep any dot or hash symbol in front of it, as it is an HTML tag. So for HTML tags, you can directly apply styles. For example, I can write it as button. So button is in tag, right? So it doesn't need to keep it any dot or hash symbol. So simply the styles will be applied. So there are multiple ways to integrate CSS and HTML. I'm just showing all the possible ways. Whatever you found it easy, you can use that. There is no restriction like you must need to use this, you must need to use this. So okay, enough introduction. Let's jump into some website. Okay, let's go to Facebook. Okay, now what I will do is, first of all, I will replicate this button. Is the screen visible, guys? Just indicate in the comment box. Okay, is the class clear till now? How to integrate CSS as well as JavaScript, HTML. Okay, if you have any doubt, guys, feel free to ask. That's the key part. Okay, okay, let's get continue with the work. So now what is the task of me is to replicate this login button. Okay, please keep in mind only this login button. So what is the color of that login button? Excellent, blue color. So what I will do is I will erase the center part. So keep this in mind whenever you are designing any layout. So first of all, as I told you earlier, if you want to do anything, first of all, observe the tags that you need to use in the complete website. So take an instance, I need to replicate this login. So what you need to find what is the tag, corresponding tag. So replicate this, what should I need to do? I need to use the button tag, right? So I'll simply keep it in the body tag as button. What is the text inside the button? In the Facebook website, login. So we'll simply keep it as in the login. Login. Okay. Okay, is the both buttons are not equal, right? So this is the login we got, but what we need to do is we need to change our login button to this style. So okay, so I need to introduce what I need to do. I need to apply some styles to this button tag. So I will simply keep it a class name. What is the class name? For example, login button. You can use whatever name, guys. That's not an issue. I will simply I'll keep it as bootcamp. So please keep in mind, if you wrote bootcamp, what you need to do is go inside the style tag. So as it is a class name, what symbol I need to use? I need to use dot or I need to use hash. Keep it in the comment box.
Dot.
Quickly. Exactly. Very good. So I need to use a dot. So dot bootcamp. I need to open the quotations, curly braces, sorry. So whatever I wrote inside this curly braces, those styles will be applied to this button tag. So now start observing. What is the color? It is the color, right? So I need to change the background color. So simply I will write as background color equals to, what is the background color? Blue. I will change it. I will save it. Okay, the button is very weird actually. So now, as you can see, there is a slight what is that border to the button, right? So this is called a border. Now what I will do is I will simply remove this border. So I need to do, please observe this, this Facebook button have any border around it or simply uniform blue color. It simply had a uniform blue color, right? So I need to remove this border. So what I will do is simply border equals to none, which disables the entire border. As you can see, it simply disables the entire border. Now it's plain blue color. So now one other difference is the text color is in white, but our text color is in black. So what I will need to do is to change the color of font, I mean font's color, simply use color as white. I'll refresh it. So now the font color has been changed to white. Okay. So another difference is, as you can see closely, there is an empty space towards the top and bottom, as well as left hand side to the button. So now what I need to do is, but for us, there is no empty space around the text, right? So what is the tag? What is the property that I need to use to increase the spacing around the text? Yeah, guess it in the comment box. Exactly, very good. So it is called padding. So what I will need to do is simply increase the padding to 10 pixels. Now what will happen? So as you can see, the button is a bit enlarged right now. So there is an 10 pixels of space around the entire login text. So this is padding. So there is another tag called margin. So please try to understand these differences. So margin, what does margin do is it will change the entire tag with respect to the body, which means this is the body, right, entire page. So whenever you keep on increasing this margin, the tag will be moved away from the borders. But what does padding do is, padding doesn't change the position of the HTML element. Instead, it will increase the inside space, like it enlarges from inside, but margin enlarges from outside. Please keep this in mind, padding as well as margin. If you can see closely, this login button has padding left, padding right, somewhat greater than padding top and padding left, bottom, right? So now what I will need to do is I simply can't keep it like this. If I simply kept padding, it will be applied in all four directions, top, bottom, left, right. So now what I will need to do is I need to increase the padding only on left and right sides, right? So I need to manually do that. So padding left equal to 20 pixels, padding right 20 pixels, padding top equal to not 20 pixels, instead I will keep 5 pixels, as well as padding bottom to 5 pixels. So now let's see what's the difference. Okay, to make it somewhat clear, I will increase this to 40, this to 40. So clear till now? So if you want to change the paddings individually, you can use with direction. So padding left, padding right, padding top, padding bottom. So instead there is a shorthand, like we can't write all paddings in 4 lines, right? So simply you can use it padding. This is called a short trick. So padding. So you can use multiple lines, like I will write it 10 as well as 30. Now observe the difference. What will happen? Instead I will write 10 pixels, 10 pixels space 30 pixels. Now see what will happen. I will write it as 10 pixels, 50 pixels. So as you can see, this is a shorthand notation. So whenever you write two counts with a space, so the first one will be applied to both top and bottom, and the second will be applied to both left and right. So as you can see, if I keep on increasing this 10 pixel to 30 pixels, so the button will be enlarged in the y-axis. So as you can see, it is now enlarged in y-axis. If I decrease this to 10 pixels, now see what will happen. It is like this is a shorthand notation. You can use either one, it's not an issue. So we're almost done, I guess. So what I will do is 10 pixels as well as 50 pixels. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so till now, any doubts? So this is how the Facebook login button has been replicated. So now what I will need to do is I need to create another button. So this one is create new account, right? So we'll simply keep another one. create new account. So what I will need to do is I will change the class. So as you can see, both have different styles. This one has blue color, this one has green color. So I need to change this to another class. So what I will need to do is simply do it as a bootcamp 2. I will give it as class. I will simply copy the styles and simply replicate this to bootcamp 2. So now what I will need to do is, okay, what is the background color for this create new account in the Facebook page? It is in the green color, right? Okay, so what I will need to do is simply change this background color to green. So as you can see, it is changed to green. Another difference is this button has uniform padding on all directions, right? So there is no extra padding on the left and right sides. So simply what I need to do is I simply keep it in 10 pixels is enough. So it will be applied to all 4 directions. Okay, so it's almost done, I guess. Create new button, create new account, login. Okay, so that's almost done. And also there is a slightly border as well, I mean radius. So to increase the curvature, what we need to use is border radius. So we can simply utilize 20 pixels. So this button is now a little bit curved. If I keep on increasing this, it will become an I don't know that shape. It is actually a pill shape. Okay, so I simply keep it as 10 pixels. Okay, looks fine. Instead of 10, I can write 8 pixels. Okay, so this is how we can use. This is inline styles, guys, as both CSS also residing in the HTML, right? So you can use this one, or as yesterday wasn't told, you can also use external as well. Okay, so this is a slightly brief introduction now. Okay, now what I will need to do is I will replicate this one, entire layout. Okay, so keep on observing. Now what I will do is I will replicate this entire box, like these 2 inputs, this button, this one, and so now you need to tell me. Okay, in the entire box, what are the tags that we need to use? Quick, please. What are the tags that you observed in this box? HTML tags. Exactly. Input. Okay, this one is input. This one is input. Okay, what is this? Button. Very good. Okay, now what is this?
Link to another page.
Exactly, this is an anchor tag. So this one is also a button. So now simply write it as what are the tags that we need to use? Input, button, sorry, and also an anchor tag, right? So first of all, note down the tags that you want to use. So simply first create an HTML layout. Sorry. Okay, so now what I will do is there are 2 inputs, right? Okay, so input. So what is the attribute that I need to use? So assume there is no email here. So what it shows, email address or phone number, right? So I need to use it as placeholder. So placeholder equal to enter email. Okay, I'll simply keep it here. Phone number not an issue. So another HTML, another input tag is for password. So what I will do is simply password. Okay, so the work with input tags is over. So what is the next tag? It is a button. So button, what is the text inside the button? Log in. Okay, good. So now what is the tag that is below the button tag? As you stated earlier, it is an anchor tag. So anchor tag for href, I will keep it temporarily hash, which means it will keep on the same page whenever I click. So what is the text for the anchor tag? Forgotten account. Forgotten account. So a question mark as well. Okay, so now what is the another tag? So guys, please observe deeply. There is another tag. What is this tag? I told you this one also. Exactly, HR tag. It's simply a line, right? So it is an horizontal row. So I simply need to use HR. It is a non-container tag. So at last we have another button tag. So button, what is the text? Create a new account. Okay, clear till now? Yes or no? Very good. Okay, I will refresh this page. So as you can see, this is the bare HTML code. Okay. Uh, so now what we need to convert is we need to convert this into this styles, right? Okay. Okay. We will start with the input tag. So guys, observe. Is the styles for both this one and this one are same? Are these two inputs are looking same? Yes or no? This input as well as this input, both are looking same or not? Looking same, right? So now what I will do is simply keep a class which is equal to both. Like this is an input, so I will keep the same class for this as well. So the styles will be applied uniformly to both. So class is equal to inp. So now what I will do is apply styles to this inp. Simply I will dot inp. Okay. So please compare. This is the default input that is given by HTML. Now what we need to do is convert into this one. So the first difference that we observe, this input and this input is obviously the spacing around the text, right? The spacing around the text. So what should I need to increase? Padding. Okay, so padding equals to 10 pixels. Okay, change it. So as you can see, the input is somewhat larger right now. Okay. Okay, fine. Another thing that I want to do. So as you can see, another thing is these all HTML tags are one by one in the vertical, right? So I need to simply keep a break tag for everything so that it will don't disturb with the next one. So br. So for after everyone, I will write simply a break tag. Another break. Another break. Another break. Okay, fine. No, let's see what will happen. As you can see, now all those will be in the vertical direction. Now we can see clearly. Okay. So now if you see clearly, there is some spacing between this input as well as this input. Yes or no? There is some input, right? This input and this input are separated with some distance. But here, those both are, merged. So to increase the spacing, I need to increase margin. So margin, as I told you earlier, margin will be applied to the tag outside, which means the spacing will be increased in the outside, not inside. Padding increases space inside, margin increases outside. So 10 pixels margin. Now see what will happen. So as you can see, 10 pixels around the input tag will be made empty for both. As these both have same class name, these styles will be applied to this one and this one as well. Okay, clear till now. Another thing that we have is another border radius, right? Border radius. Okay, so we'll simply increase this border radius to 3 pixels. Let's see what will happen. Oops, not border. Okay. Somewhat looks ugly, right? Okay. Okay, so I will simply do it as border equals to 1 pixel solid. Fine. So this is the border style. This is the width of the border. The type of color solid and the color that you need. If I simply keep it as here, you can write black as well. Simply the color name. So it will be the margin. The border will be black. I don't want pure black. I will go to a lightish gray. So looks nice. So I'll simply increase the border radius now to 3 pixels. Border radius. Okay. So fine. Looks good. Okay, now the styling to the button. Okay, so the button looks very ugly. Where is the button? Here. So I'll simply keep it a class of btn. Okay, tell the styles. What is the first thing that you need to change to the button? Padding equals to, as you can see, the padding to the left and right is somewhat greater than top and bottom. So now what I will do is simply padding equals to 5 pixels on both top and bottom, 30 pixels on both left and right. Okay, looks good. But what I need to do is as you can also see, the button has same width as the input tags. Clear? The input tag starts from here and ends here, and the button also I need to enlarge to the input size. So now what I will do is increase it width. So width equal to 300 pixels. Now what will happen? So the button somewhat large, I guess. So I will decrease it to 250. Okay, still higher. So I will do it 200. Okay, it's somewhat good right now. So let's settle with 200. Okay, so now what is the background color that you need to apply? Background color equals to blue. Okay, nice. I will remove this border. Border equal to none. Oops, border spelling is incorrect. Okay, looks nice. I also need to change the text color. So simply use color as white. Okay, looks good. The padding on the top is somewhat higher, I guess. I will increase to 8 pixels. Okay, nice. Okay, this forgotten is in here is correct. Okay, so another style that I need to apply for this is create new button, right? So I will go to that create new button and keep it a class name of new. Okay, I will simply new. Okay, so what is the first thing that I need to change? Padding. So padding equal to 10 pixels. Nice. Let's see what will happen. Okay, nice. This is the styling that. What is the background color? It has a background color of green. Looks nice. So I need to remove this border also. Looks ugly. So border equals to disable the border, I simply need to use border equal to none. Okay, nice. I also need to change the color as well. So color equals to white. Okay, as you can see now, we're almost not exactly, but kind of like, okay. So now what I will do is I will show you simply a extension called, I had this extension called color pick eyedropper. I will give the links in the community, don't worry. So this what does this extension do is simply if we hover on any color, it will give the hex code to that color. As you can see, this is the hex code of that color. It is not blue actually, I mean not exactly blue. Oh my god, what happened to the piece? Yeah, nice. Okay, I will simply copy this. Now see what will happen. Instead of writing directly blue, I can use the hex code. So hash this one. Now see what will happen. So as you can see, the login button has been changed to exactly the Facebook color, right? So this one and this one has same. So I will apply the same concept to the this one as well. So this is the hex code. I will copy it. Okay, I will use it instead of green. I use the hex code. Okay, nice. So this is the color. Okay, another thing. Okay, nice. Okay. So hope this forgotten account, this one, right? So as if you observe, what is the color of the link? It is in the this one. It has a light blue color, right? So I need to change the color of the link tag as well. So now what I will do is this forgotten, right? So listen guys, I need to change only this color, right? So keeping a class will be an hectic task, like keeping a separate class name, writing here. I simply use inline styles here. So style equals to what I need to change the color, font color, right? So color equals to blue, a semicolon. So that's it. Not exactly blue. This is okay. This button color. So I will copy this color exactly on this one. Simply use it here. Okay. Now looks almost equal. As you can see, this one and this one. Okay. So till now, any doubts? This is the basic styling. Now I will go to the flex box. Please indicate in the comment box, guys, so that I can understand. Have any doubts? Please, everyone. Okay, so clear right now. Okay, that's. I hope I made some sense. Okay, if you have any guys, feel free. Yeah, ask. Speed, quick.
In the 10th line of code, you wrote meta char set.
Yeah.
Right? What does it actually mean?
Okay. Okay, this one you are asking, right? So what does this meta tag do? So this simply converts like whatever we are writing. For example, if you keep any emojis, those things, right? For example, like login, I will keep, if I keep an emoji here, it is the way of compiling actually, simply, in short. It isn't called encoding, to be precise. As you can see, like, it will convert this emoji into some code, and it will tell the browser to display the image, not text. So that is a little bit higher concept, guys. Please stay away from those. Still, you just understand the basics right now. Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
Now what I will do is, no, see guys, this all of this will be enclosed in another tag. So now what I will do is, instead of separating these all tags, I will merge them in a single HTML tag. So I simply copied. I will use a div tag. So a div is simply use it to keep the children in a single parent. So there is no change, literally no change if you use div. So that's why now what I will do is, okay, let's go to the actual size of this website. This looks like this. So this is the actual website, guys. So now what I will do is, we replicated this right part. Now what I need to replicate is this left part, right? Okay, so let me do that. So I will simply keep this in comments. Let's refresh. Okay, clear everyone. Now what I will do is, I will replicate this left part, this Facebook text. Okay, I will keep those in a div tag. So tell me, what is the tag for this one? Oops. Okay, what is the tag for this one? Facebook. It is simply text, right? So whatever we can use. So I will simply use an h1 of Facebook. Okay. After Facebook, there is another line. So I will keep a break tag here, so that it will end here. So now the text is somewhat smaller than this, right? So I'll simply keep it a paragraph tag. Instead of writing, I'll simply copy paste. Okay, copy and paste it in the p tag. So now let's see how is our style. Okay, this is style we got, right? Okay, so now what is the first change that you observe between this Facebook and our Facebook? Color, exactly, very good. So now what I will do, I simply apply some inline styles instead of keeping a class. So color equals to, as I copied earlier, this blue. Facebook uses some specific version of this blue. So I will simply use it here. This is called hex code, guys. You doesn't need to remember this. You can get this on internet. So okay, we'll almost replicated this Facebook. Okay, looks good. Okay, this one in black. So, oops, man, come on. Okay, another thing that you need to do is, there is a little gap between this Facebook and this tagline, right? But for us, there is a huge gap between this Facebook title and this description. So now what I will need to change? Guess, any guesses? What I need to change so that these two will become close? Just keep a guess in the comments. So as I told you earlier, I need to decrease this outer distance, right? So the Facebook is occupying this distance. So to decrease the outer distance, what should I need to use? Outer distance. Outer, not inner.
Margin.
Exactly, margin. Very good. So I will, what I will do is, I will simply keep this inside the style tag, margin equals to 0. So now let's see what will happen. Nice. Okay. Whenever I kept margin equals to 0, still there is some space, which means now I need to decrease the inner space as well. So now I will use padding equals to 0. I will also disable the padding. So there is no change, right? So that's it. Padding is actually 0 by default. That's cool. Okay. There is still some gap. Oh my god. Why am I doing this again? Okay. So I will simply remove this. What is it? Where is my code? Oops. Yeah. So I'll simply remove this break tag, and what will happen? Let's see. Yeah, it's the break tag that's causing the issue. So as I kept these two tags inside a div, so automatically HTML will be rendered one by one, not on the horizontal side. That's the another advantage of div tag. So whatever you write inside the div tag, they will be rendered in a vertical format, so one by one. So if if you don't keep this div tag, this text will be on the right side of Facebook. So that's why no need to use break separately, as I merge them with div tag. So now I guess it's almost done. Yep, still there is some extra distance, I guess. So now what I will do is, to this p tag, I will remove this margin. Yeah, that's done. As you can see, So the margin is the culprit here. So I simply remove the margin and we are almost done. So as you can see, still there is some difference, guys. Please tell me the difference quick. Do you find any differences between this one and this one? Okay, bold. Yeah, boldness is almost 10. This one now, if you can see after the share, the tagline has not been in single line. It has been splitted into 2 lines, right? After share, this one went into the second line. So I will do that. But for us, it will be in single line. So after share, I need to end this line. So what is the tag that I need to use to break a sentence? Exactly, BR. Guys, you are excellent in telling the tags. That's good. So after share, I will simply keep a BR inside this HTML. So as I told you, you can nest some tags inside the HTML. Like you can use BR tags, HR tags inside P tag as well. That's not an issue. So boom, magic. So after share, the next line is breaked into the second line. So looks like we're almost done with this part. Are you excited to know? Yes or no? Are your interest is down? Come on, everyone. Excellent, excellent. That's what I need. Okay. Now what I will need to do is the left part is done. And now what I will do is I will simply enable this right part as well. I kept in comment lines, right? So I will simply, okay, another thing that I forgot. And so to use comments in HTML, you can simply use, this is the opening one and this, like kind of like in C++, to use multi-line comments, we use slash opening star closing star. So kind of similar to this. This is the in comment lines in HTML. Okay, so please remember. So alternatively, if you use VS Code to comment a line, simply press Ctrl/. The entire line will be automatically commented for you. So that's not the concept. Yeah. So now what I will do is I will refresh my page. Okay, so what is the thing that we need to change right now? For us, currently all of those in arranged vertical stack, right? Let me zoom somewhat so that you can clearly see this one. But Facebook in the website, as you can see, this part is towards the right and this one is towards the left, right? So I need to change these positions. So as Vasant told you yesterday, I will use simply flexbox. Okay. So remember, a flexbox is nothing but simply what is meant by flex? Just to enlarge. Okay, right? Having a small one enlarging into a big one. So what flex do is its flex is very excellent concept, guys. It is very important concept in CSS. So now what I will do is enclose this to all of these tags. I mean this div tag as well as this div tag in single div tag. Like it is the ultimate parent to everyone. Okay, I kept a simple div, empty div. I pasted the entire code inside that div. Okay, nice. Still there is no change. There will be no change. Now I will keep a class name to the parent as a container. Okay. Still there is no change. Why? I haven't wrote any styles to container. Right. Now let's see what will happen. I will write some styles to container. So what is the operator that symbol that I need to use as it is a class? Very good. Dot. So dot container. Okay. Nice. So what I will do is first of all test like how much area is container taking. So background color equals to red. Don't be afraid, guys. It is full of red color. Oops. That's nice. So as you can see, still there is some extra spacing. What is this? This is a margin or padding. This white color around the red color. Exactly. So this is the margin. Margin for the HTML by default provides some margin to the entire page. So as I told you earlier, what is the name of this entire page? Name of the entire page. Very good. Body. So if I need to change the styling for body. So I'll simply do a body. What is the thing that I need to change? Margin. So I simply disable it. So 0. Now what will happen is, as you can see, the container is moved from whole screen, like there is no empty space. So this is how, okay, a small concept. So if you want to change it for all, you can simply, if you want to apply global styles, like if you want to change the color for the entire page, you can simply use it here. So color equal to blue. So it will be replicated over everywhere. So all the text will be changed to blue color automatically inside the body tag. Okay, this okay. It's look very ugly right now. I will remove this. Okay, now what I will do is simply copy this color as I told you earlier. What is this color? I will keep it. I will keep this as my background color. So background color equals to hash. Okay, now let's see what we have. So we almost got some Facebook vibe. Yes or no, guys? We are getting Facebook vibes. Yes or no? We are almost looking like no. What is another difference that we need to use is okay. Now let's see what is the thing that I need to change. So the thing I need to change is I need to separate this one with this one. So this right part will be placed towards right side. So now what I will do is to give you a better understanding between the left and right, I will change these colors. Like for the left part, I will give a color which just for understanding of yourself. So style equals to a background. Oops, come on. A background color equal to red. So this is the left part. Remember, what I'm doing is I'm telling this section as the left section. So these two texts are called left section, and the entire this one is called right section. So now the task of me is to separate this section and this section horizontally. By default, they are separated vertically, right? Now I will show you the difference. Please wait. Style equals to come on. Please ignore my typing skills, guys. I'm very poor. Equals to green. Instead of green, tell me any other color. Cyan, my favorite color. Okay. Now what I want to do is, so this is the entire left part. This is entire the right part. Okay. So please understand what is the color of the entire left part, which means this part. What is the color of the left part? Excellent, red color. What is the color of the right part? Here it is, if you don't know. Cyan, very good. So now what I want to do is, now tell me, is the left part, left part and right part should be separated horizontally or vertically, or aligned horizontally or vertically in the Facebook website. I mean, after left side, the right part will be come towards right, or in the bottom of left, right part came. This one. This is to the right. This is to the right of left one, right? So, but in our one, what is happening? The right part is below left part. Yes or no? So that's why I need to use. I will use simply flexbox. So remember, flexbox need to be applied to the whole container. So what is the class name of the whole this one? What is the parent tag to all of these tags? This div tag, right? Parent to all. So this is a container. So now what I will do is simply write a single line of code. See the difference. Display equals to flex. I didn't write anything, just a piece of line. Display equals to flex. Now let's see what will happen. Boom. Magic. How is it? Reply the power of flexbox in a single emoji in the comment box. Single emoji. Just I simply wrote display equals to flex. I will remove. Let me remove and show you the power of it again. Okay, this is how I need to separate this layout with this layout. So simply what I will do is simply keep this line display equal to flex. That's it. So now you can ask another doubt like what is actually flexbox? So simply flexbox is nothing but it enlarges everything it has in horizontal direction. Okay, what is the by default direction of flexbox? By default direction of flexbox is towards horizontal. Okay, it's horizontal. Remember horizontal. I am keep telling horizontal. Now you can ask another doubt. If the default direction of flexbox is horizontal, why are these items are still vertical? Yes or no? Did you understand my doubt? What I told you simply, flexbox enlarges everything towards horizontal side, but these inputs tag are still in vertical direction. If I use flexbox, I need to get this password towards the right of email, login button towards the right of password, like that. Now what is happening? What is happening with exactly flexbox? So that's the trick. No, that's not because of BR tag. Flexbox is let me clear you. So assume
div tag.
uh, so no. Please assume. So how Flexbox works, I will tell you. Please assume. So this is one div tag. So guys, is it visible to you? This one. See from line 63. Ignore the above part. Exactly,
can see.
because of the div tag. Okay. Now what I will do is this is one div tag. I wrote another div tag inside of it. I will write another div tag inside of it. Okay. So text one, text two. So now tell me, what is the parent tag for this all in the chat box? Quick, guys, it's almost this over 6 now. Guys, please bear with me for another 10 minutes. I will complete it. What is this tag? What is the parent tag? Div, not container. I'm telling you. Please ignore the above part. Just see these 4 lines. What is the parent tag? It is div tag, right? So what are the children tags? So a children tag is something which is inside of another tag. So these div tags are inside these div tags. So this will be called parent. These are called children. Okay. Okay. So now if I apply a flexbox to this one, let me clear you. I will tell you. Please bear with me. I will simply clear this clutter out. Cool. Okay. Now let's see what will happen. Okay. Let me say. I will show you the power of flexbox. Please bear. Okay. Div. Okay. Nice. Another div. I will keep it as text one. Another one, text two. Now I didn't apply any styles. Now let's see how HTML handles it. So in which direction are these flowing? Towards bottom or towards right side? Horizontally or vertically by default? Vertical, right? So simply now see, I will apply a style tag to this of display equals to flex. As you can see, boom, how those tags converted. They simply in a single line of code, they converted into horizontally. Okay, this is how flexbox works. So flexbox is pure magic in my opinion. Now let's see another difference of how flexbox does things very good. Okay, this is how the plain HTML is. Okay, nice. Now you can ask some doubt like what flexbox do is it will contain it will apply styles to the near its first children. Okay, I will clear you this one as well. Please look at look carefully. Look carefully. I told you look carefully. So this is please look at these 5 lines. What is the parent tag to all tags? Guys, please quick in the comment box so that I can clear you most of your doubts. What is the parent tag to all tags? Parent means simply the outermost tag. So what is the outermost tag? Div. Very good. So now tell me, what are the children of this div tag? Children, not grandchildren. Children. Okay, let me clear you this one as well. Okay. Okay, tell this way. How many children does this div tag have? How many children? 1, 2. Please look carefully. How many children does this div tag have? Outermost div. 3. I guessed it. No, the exact correct answer is 2. Very good. So you are counting this one as well. Guys, please understand this div is children of this. This p tag is children of this div tag, which means this p is grandchildren to this. Actually, there is no grandchildren. I'm trying to understand. Okay, this p tag is not direct children of div. It is instead it is a grandchildren. Okay, so please bear in. Now tell me, how many children does this div tag have? Please look carefully. I ask this div tag. Look at where it ends. It ends here. So how many children does it have? 1. Very good. Keep on coming. So now what I will do is I will keep this like h1, h2, hey. Okay. Now tell me. How many children does this div tag have? Outermost div. How many children? Look carefully. How many children does this outermost div have? Excellent. The answer is 2. Why? Because this is entirely a single children. These all will be nested children to the div. So this is one children. This is one children. So now how Flexbox is? Flexbox doesn't apply styles to its grandchildren. It simply applies to its children only. Which means whenever I apply Flexbox, this will be considered as one child. This entire thing will be considered as one child. So in the styles inside these children won't be changed. Only these children and these children will be changed. Okay, I made some sense areas for Flexbox. Please keep in that mind. How Flexbox works is Flexbox only applies styles to its first children, not grandchildren. Okay, now tell me, if I apply flex to this div tag, for which tags? Let me change this one to div and this div. I will make it as h4. H4. This one will be h5. H5 as well. So now tell me, if I apply flex to this outermost div tag, for which tags the flex will apply styles?
H4, H5.
Exactly. So this one is one children and this one is one children. Very good. So which means the styles inside this h4 tag won't be changed. The styles to the h4 tag will be changed. Understood? The styles to the h4 tag will be changed. The styles inside the h4 tag won't be changed. Clear? Please understand the prepositions. If you understood, please tell me in the comment box. Okay, I'm still not thinking you're clear. Let me give you a small example. Please bear with me. Just a small example. Okay, this one is div, right? Okay, let me clear this clutter out. Okay, now what I will do is I simply p tag hello. Okay, nice, good thing. Another p tag. Okay, this one is hello world. Now see, these two things will be in the vertical direction. So now to align this horizontally, I need to apply flex to the parent element. Please remember that we need to apply to the parent element. So display equal to flex, which flexes these two parts in horizontal direction. So hello world. So there is another difference. Please observe. Without display flex, I will do a background color. I simply understand how much area does this div tag occupies. So orange. Okay. Oops. So as you can see, by default HTML occupies entire width. This is entire width, right? Starting from here, it is taking up to here. Now what I will do is I will apply a display flex to this one. Display flex. So observe the difference. So what will happen? Simply background color hasn't changed. The world is moved towards ending of hello. Clear? Okay. This flexbox has another property called, this is most important, please be careful, justify content. Please observe this. So this is one item. Let me clear you this out. Let me change this P to H1 so you can observe this difference between these two tags. Yes, clear? This one is a H1 tag. This one is a P tag. Now what I will do is I simply apply a justify content property of, now I want to separate these two things to the corners. I mean, I need to have this hello to the leftmost side and I want this URL text to the rightmost side. Okay. So now what I will do is simply use space between. So now observe the difference. What will happen? Clear? This hello is moved towards the leftmost end. This world is moved towards the rightmost end, which means between. It creates the maximum space between its children. So this is one children. This is one children, right? Yes or no? This is H1 children, P children. So whenever we keep justify content as space between, the flexbox will try to increase the what is that gap between these two children. So this is the maximum possible distance. Yes or no? Maximum possible distance between these two tags. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Guys, please be interactive in the comments box so that I can clear you. Yes or no? Thank you. So that's what. So now what I want to do is I will change the space between two. Okay. Assume this scenario. What I want is this hello need to have some surrounding space. This world also need to have some surrounding space. Both surrounding spaces should be equal.
Space
Okay.
around.
This space, yeah. The space I mean the space around this this tag and the space around this tag should be need to be equal. So I can simply space around. Now see what will happen. Okay, to clear this furthermore, I will apply colors to this as well. This is the class boring. Calendar hard box only style. Okay. Background color green. Now let's see how this flex box works. Okay, this is children one. Clear? The red, the space entire in the red box is children one. Space entire green one is children two. Now what I will do is simply I'm telling you the flex box. Please understand. So I haven't applied any justify content. Simply apply display of flex. What is happening is these are aligning towards the horizontal direction, but they're contact with each. I mean, the children one is attached to the children two. But I need to apply some cells like if justify content. Come on, justify content. What are you doing? Oh my god, my typing is sucking. Okay, justify content. Okay, space. Let me show you space between first. Now see what will happen. That's what it is. So this one move toward first children, move towards leftmost. This children move to rightmost. This is how space between works. Now space around. This is how, which means the space around this children and the space around this children is equal. Okay. Now let's make some assumptions. Let's think this from this margin to this starting area. Let's guess it's of 10 centimeters. Okay, how much length it is? Be interactive in the comment box right now for 2 seconds. What is the distance between this? Everyone. 10 centimeters. So if I use space around, the distance between the rightmost edge and this rightmost, what is this distance as well? How much this one? This one is 10 centimeters, right? Okay, what about this one? Guys, you are not interacting. I hope this class is getting boring. If getting bored, please don't reply the chat box. That's what my indication is. Did you guys understanding what I'm saying? This one is 10 centimeters. This one is also 10 centimeters. Okay. Now, what is this distance between these two? Just observe it with eyes. This one is 10 centimeters. This one is 10 centimeters. What is this thing? Exactly. So this is 20 centimeters, which means it creates a 10 centimeters of margin around this parent. It also creates a 10 centimeters of margin to this as well. So 10 plus 10, 20. So this is how space around works. If you want uniform margin in all directions, you need to use space evenly. So now let's see what will happen. So as you can see, this one is 15, this one is 15, this one is also 15. Clear? Yes or no? So what I am told you is 3 justify contents. So the first one is space between. Okay, nice. The second one is space around. The third one is space evenly. Okay, so what does space between do? It simply throws the children towards the corners. What space around do is creates equal distances for each children. So what space evenly do? Entirely matches the gap between all children. So I hope it made some sense. If you want all children to be in center, simply you need to do justify content of simply remove the space. As we don't use space, I need all children to the center. So justify content of center. That's it. Clear? Okay. I hope I made some boring session on this. Okay. Now what I will do is this is not our topic, guys. Sorry for deviating. I will remove this. Guys, please bear another 10 minutes. It's almost done. Okay, come on. Oh, yeah, you're doing this much. So now tell me. Now I hope you are clear why these flexbox doesn't apply any styles to this vertical part. Clear? Why flexbox haven't done any change to these inputs and buttons? Yes or no? Because these are grandchildren to the entire parent. This box and this box are direct children to this flex box. That's why it simply applied horizontal stylings to this box and this box, not inside the. I told you, flex box only applies styles to the children, not inside the children. Come on, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. Won't apply to grandchildren. I hope it's clear. Uh, Sorry if I did any deep explanations. Okay, enough talk. I will remove this background color as we don't need any background color in the Facebook site. Done. Okay, remove this cyan color as well. Done. Nice. Now you are the one who need to tell me. Observe the spaces between these and tell me what is the justified content that I need to use for these children and these children.
Space
Observe
even.
this is one children. Space even. Please be clear. This one is one children. This one is one children. What is the justified content that I need to use? Exactly. Space evenly. Come on, your eyes are working very good, guys. Okay. So I will simply what I will do is for the container class, I apply display text. I will apply a justified content of what is that? Space evenly, right? Perfect. So let's see what will happen. Boom. That's it. We are done. We're done, guys. We are somewhat pending with this vertical style. I will clear that out as well. Till now, it makes sense. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let's. What I will do is so now observe there is some spacing from the top. So what is the thing that I need to use? This one is going into the top, right? So I need to increase. What is this one is called? I need to change this outer distance or inner distance. Exactly. So I need to change this margin. Sorry. Okay. So where is the container? So margin. Simply, I don't need margin on all directions. I simply need a margin top. So I will change to 30 pixels. Not this one. Refreshing this one. Okay. Still very small. I will increase to 100 pixels. Nice. Still not matched, I guess. 120. Okay, now it looks almost done, I guess. Let me, this is how 100% zoom. This one is also 100%, right? Oops. Okay. Nice, okay. Clear? Is both are looking same, somewhat similar? Or no? Are you disappointed with this? Are you disappointed? Oh, I'm getting yes as a reply. Okay.
Yes,
No,
sir, clear,
thank you,
Anna.
thank you. Okay. Okay, that one. Okay, there is a small delay in the Google Meet. Okay, looks similar. Thank you. Okay, another thing before concluding this session, if you observe this children, there is some slightly, it came on the, what is that? It simply pops out of the screen. Yes or no? It is coming outside, right? I can't express how it is. It's simply coming out of the screen. So I simply, if you can see, that style is applied to the whole children, right? So that thing is called shadow. So shadow is another powerful property of CSS. Okay, now tell me, for which tag I need to apply this shadow? This entire parent, right? What is the parent for this entire inputs and all these things? What is the parent? This two tag, right? So I will keep an inline class style of, I will keep it as box shadow. This is a thing with CSS, guys. You need to remember some things. It will get in practice, don't be worried. So the first argument is the shadow part towards the rightmost part, which means this part, okay, this side. For example, I will keep it as 2 pixels. The next argument is towards the left, bottom side. I will keep it as 2 pixels as well. So the next argument is about the radius, the depth of the shadow. I will keep it as 3 pixels. And the fourth argument is, there is 5 arguments actually. The most used fourth argument is the shadow color. I will use a lightish gray color what will happen? Let's see. Okay, come on. Okay. Come on, where is that thing? Yeah, as you can see, it is not exactly replicating this. Okay, let me do one thing. Instead of keeping this background color for this parent, I will keep it for entire body. Where is the background color of container? Okay, this thing I will change it to the body tag so that it will be applied to entire page. So entire page is in a slightest blue, right? So now looks good. Perfect. Okay, now what I need to do is the shadow looking same? No. Why? Because if you see, if you observe, what is the color of this parent? This is lightish blue. What about this color? White. Excellent. So I need to change this div tag color. Where is the div? Okay, here I will apply. What is the tag to change the background color? Background color of white. Oops, I changed this. Okay, I will replace it. Okay, we're almost done. Look like. Okay. Another thing is there is a empty space around this all thing. So what is the thing that I need to change? There is a space inside this parent tag. Exactly. So I need to increase some padding as well. Okay, padding of 10 pixels. So padding, remember, I applied padding to which one? The parent tag, which means this outer one, right? So all the elements will be pushed inside. I applied padding, right? So padding applies margin inside the tag. So now let's see what will happen. So as you can see, the items in empty space is around all these things, as you can see. I hope it's clear. Actually, the alignment is not perfect. Due to time constraints, I simply made it like that. Okay, not an issue. Okay, the shadow is somewhat not good, I guess, right? The shadow is somewhat better. Okay, what I need to do is I will simply keep another argument of 2 pixels, which increases shadow in all directions. Okay, look, as you can observe, the top section as well as left section also got some margin with the help of fourth argument. Okay, looks almost clear. Another thing I forgot is a small border radius is there. I mean curvature. So border radius of 3 pixels. On why I keep refreshing this original Facebook. Yeah, now it's looking good. I need to, as you can see, guys, please observe this thing. Is the screen visible? So
Yes,
see this thing, as you can see, this thing, this is the first argument of the box shadow. How much it is? 2 pixels. Let me change it to 4 pixels. Observe the change. It keeps increasing. Yes or no? Let me increase it further so that you can be clear. 10 pixels. This thing is not changed. Only this thing is getting changed. If I keep on changing the second parameter as well, okay, it is also getting uniform. So keep remember this box shadow. The main property is you need to keep the first and second arguments equal so that uniformly shadow will be applied. Okay. Now coming to the third part. This one is a little bit tricky. What I told you, the third argument is radius, shadow radius. If I keep on increasing this, what will happen? Observe the change. Open your eyes somewhat largely and see what happened. The intensity of the shadow is somewhat reduced because it is flowing in more direction. Let me tell you, be clear. 10 pixels. 10 pixels. Oh my god, 10 pixels. It will be out of my screen. You can see the shadow is now almost invisible, but it will create a uniform gradient effect. Now let's see. We're almost done. Yes or no? Is that replicated? Are you satisfied, guys? Yes or no? Please let me know in the comment box. Okay, still I'm not getting any responses.
I think you have an update.
Isn't it clear? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Is my voice breaking?
No, it's clear.
Is my voice clear or not?
It's clear.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's tell me. Okay, the ultimate question I will ask: are you happy with this session? If yes, keep an emoji so that I can understand for what you are telling. Okay, yes. Okay, only some people are doing that. Still, people have doubts, and if you have any doubts, please feel to ask. I have no issues with time. I can bear with anytime you want.
Money.
Please be open.
Hello? Am I
Yeah.
audible? Money?
Wait. Have some problems right from creating folder in a community group. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, Nikhil, ask quickly.
Yeah. We are having a margin here. Like for the Facebook, we did the margin, right? Margin top. And you have applied for the container full page body, you have
For
applied the same color.
yeah,
Hello? Did you getting my
yeah.
point?
Tell me.
Hello?
What are you telling?
Yeah.
Tell me.
For the whole page, you have applied the same color.
Hmm.
But here in the
Yeah.
website, only for the some page, it has been there for the color that which has been there. See, only this. We did the margin for that.
Okay.
We did the margin
Okay,
for that.
haven't
I
seen
think
that.
we need to do padding.
For what? No, that's not the thing. Okay, that thing I need to simply I need to add this thing as well. So if I add this thing with background color of white, it will be on this top. That's not an issue. You can do it in multiple ways, Nikhil. That's not an issue. The bottom part is called footer. That's a more complex part. So just wait. I will see the comment box. Uh, okay. People are facing problems with VS Code. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the main thing, guys. If you are using mobile, don't worry. I will give you this site. This site called. I will keep it in a box open. Go to your chat box and see mobile users. Where is this chat box? Come on. Oh my God! What? My net is slow down. I guess. Just wait a minute. Yeah. Thank you, Zakiri. Thank you, Anjali. Very good. Thank you. Okay. Is my voice audible, guys? Is there any issue?
Yeah, it's clear. We can
Okay.
hear you. No issue.
Now ask your doubts, guys. Are you facing issues with VS Code? Okay. So till now,
Might be some people are facing.
yeah. So see, I will. Is my screen visible right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So see, I will close this entire part. Okay, let me tell you another thing. If you want to do the styles in the external part, simply remove this entire style tag and create a CSS file and same, no change. Entirely copy this and paste over there and keep simply a link tag here in the head part. A uh, style sheet href equals to / of style.css if you did anything like that. Okay, for this I'm using internal CSS. That's not an issue. If you use mobiles, especially for those who use mobiles, you can't use external CSS. Please settle with internal only. Okay. Okay, I hope it made some sense. You can stop recording. Is the I'm recording the session? Okay.